Have you ever sat alone with your thoughts and wondered where the years went, and felt the quiet absence of old friends? Imagine a life filled with shared memories, laughter echoing in familiar spaces, only to find that some bonds have faded into silence. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on navigating life's changes. Let me know in the comments. Have you noticed friendships fading over the years? Friendships are like seasons, constantly changing, evolving, and sometimes fading away. In our younger years, connections seem effortless. School, work, family gatherings. They all create natural spaces for friendships to thrive. But as time passes, life takes its course. People relocate, health declines, priorities shift, and suddenly, the friendships that once felt unbreakable start to slip away. After 70, this change becomes even more noticeable. The calls that used to come regularly start to dwindle. Outings become less frequent, and the people you once leaned on seem to drift into the background. It is not always intentional. Sometimes it is just life pulling everyone in different directions. But there is a deeper reality, one that many do not talk about. Friendships in later years are affected by more than just distance or changing priorities. Emotional shifts, unspoken grief, even the fear of burdening others can create invisible walls between old friends. Understanding why this happens is the first step in navigating it. And that is why we are here today, to uncover 7 hard truths about friendships after 70. Truths that may be difficult to hear but are necessary to understand. Truth 1. People evolve over time. The person you once knew as a young friend has grown into someone new. In our youth, our connections were built on shared experiences and common interests. As the years pass, personal growth reshapes our ideas, passions, and even our sense of humor. The conversations that once flowed effortlessly may now stumble over differences that have developed over decades. It is as if time slowly nudges us into separate orbits, each of us exploring our own horizons. What was once a mirror image of ourselves can transform into a stranger with echoes of a past we still cherish. Truth 2. Life takes us on different paths. Early on, many friendships are cemented by the daily rhythms of school, work, and shared adventures. However, as we journey through life, the paths we choose begin to diverge. One friend might dedicate years to a fulfilling career, while another follows the call of family and personal dreams. The physical distances grow, and so do the emotional ones. Meetings become less frequent as each of us carves out a unique story that sometimes leaves little room for the old familiar chapters. It is a natural progression, yet it carries with it the gentle sorrow of parting ways, even without a clear goodbye. Truth 3. Priorities change. Over time, the responsibilities we shoulder shift, and our focus turns inward. In our earlier years, we might have sacrificed personal comfort to keep a friendship alive. But later in life, self-care often takes center stage. We begin to understand that the energy we invest must nurture our own well-being too. This change in focus can sometimes mean that the once unyielding bond between friends becomes softer or less visible. It is not that the affection is lost, rather it is redefined by the changing needs of our hearts. The silent understanding that self-care may require letting go of certain expectations is a bitter pill to swallow. Truth 4. Loss leaves its mark. Life is a journey interwoven with moments of both joy and sorrow. With time, many of us experience the quiet departure of dear friends, whether through the inevitable parting of ways or the final farewell of death. The loss is not always sudden. It can be gradual, a fading of regular contact, missed calls, and memories that begin to blur. Each departure creates an emptiness that resonates deeply, a reminder that every relationship carries with it the possibility of goodbye. The grief that follows is both personal and shared, a testament to the impact these relationships have had on our lives and a call to cherish every moment before it slips away. Truth 5. Health challenges create unforeseen barriers. As the years advance, the body and mind may no longer respond as they once did. Simple plans, meeting for coffee, sharing a walk in the park, can become challenging tasks when physical limitations or health concerns emerge. These obstacles may inadvertently create distance between friends who once relished every opportunity to connect. It is not that the desire for togetherness has waned. Instead, the circumstances have imposed new barriers that neither friend anticipated. In these moments, the absence of a friend's presence is felt more acutely, reminding us that our bonds, though enduring, are vulnerable to the passage of time. Truth 6. Communication fades over time. In the early days of friendship, words flowed easily and hearts were laid bare. Over the years, unspoken thoughts, unresolved conflicts, and the simple inertia of routine can create silences that speak louder than words. Sometimes the gap is not due to malice, but to the gradual letting go of the drive to stay in constant touch. The conversations that once filled our days may dwindle into occasional greetings or nostalgic recollections of shared memories. This fading of communication leaves a quiet longing, a wish for the deep, unguarded exchanges of the past. Truth 7. Acceptance is both painful and liberating. Ultimately, we are faced with the need to acknowledge that not every cherished friendship is meant to last in the same form forever. Accepting that some connections become treasured memories rather than living. Active relationships is a hard truth to embrace. This acceptance is not a defeat or a lack of care. It is an understanding of life's natural progression. In embracing the changes, we make room for new relationships and allow ourselves to grow in unexpected ways. It is in this balance of holding on and letting go that we find a renewed sense of self, one that honors the past while welcoming the promise of future connections. Each of these truths carries its own weight and its own lessons. They remind us that change is inevitable and that our hearts must learn to adapt. While these realities may be difficult to accept, they also open the door to a deeper understanding of who we are and what truly matters. The journey of friendship after 70 is not about clinging to what was, but about honoring those moments while forging new paths to connection and fulfillment. At some moment in life, a spark of realization emerges, a moment when the heaviness of change begins to lift and the possibility of renewal glows on the horizon. It is in these quiet moments that we find ourselves at a crossroads, a turning point that shifts our perspective from loss to hope. The years may have taken a toll on our familiar bonds, but within that space of quiet reflection, we begin to see that every ending also holds the promise of a new beginning. This turning point is not marked by grand gestures or sudden epiphanies. It unfolds slowly, like the first light of dawn gently breaking through the darkness. At first, it comes as a whisper, a subtle shift in thought that reminds us of the beauty in embracing change. We start to recognize that the friendships we once had, though altered, continue to leave their imprint on our hearts. They have taught us lessons of resilience, compassion, and the art of letting go without bitterness. As we reach this turning point, we begin to focus on what can be nurtured rather than mourn what has faded away. It is here that we discover the strength to create space for new relationships, new experiences, and new memories. The silence left behind by old friends becomes a canvas, inviting us to paint fresh chapters filled with kindness, curiosity, and understanding. We start to see that our journey is not a solitary path, but one that is enriched by every encounter, even those that no longer remain constant in our lives. In this new phase, we learn to honor the past without being trapped by it. We allow ourselves the freedom to explore different avenues of connection, whether it is reaching out to a neighbor, joining a local group, or simply engaging in conversations that spark joy. every effort becomes a step toward rebuilding a sense of community. The turning point teaches us that it is never too late to form meaningful bonds, to share our stories, and to listen deeply to the voices of others. It reminds us that the capacity for connection is not bound by age, but is instead a timeless gift that grows with every shared moment. Moreover, this transformation invites us to reflect on our own inner resilience. It is in these moments of self-discovery that we learn to appreciate the unique journey that has brought us to where we are. The turning point is a gentle reminder that the challenges we face can lead us to a place of empowerment and renewed purpose. It whispers that, although the chapters of our past may have closed, the book of our life still holds many unwritten pages filled with the promise of joy, connection, and hope. This new perspective does not erase the memories of friendships that have faded, but it does offer a way to honor them while embracing the potential of what lies ahead. It is a turning point that speaks to the enduring spirit of human connection, a spirit that remains resilient, ever-evolving, and full of quiet strength. After all these truths, clarity begins to emerge. A quiet understanding that while some friendships may fade like the final light of dusk, the possibility for new connection remains. The loss of old ties does not mark a failure, but rather the natural evolution of life. Embrace the memories with gratitude and let them guide you as you welcome fresh bonds into your world. The journey forward calls for small, intentional steps. Reaching out to a neighbor, joining a local group, or simply engaging in a heartfelt conversation. Every gesture, no matter how modest, contributes to a tapestry of connections that can brighten even the quietest moments. Reflect on what truly matters: the shared laughter, the silent support, and the genuine understanding that once defined your friendships. Let these moments inspire you to be open to new experiences, knowing that every farewell creates space for a new beginning. In these later years, the capacity for kindness and connection is a gift that grows richer with time. Embrace the truth that building meaningful relationships is an ongoing journey, one that does not end with the fading of familiar voices. Each day offers a fresh opportunity to reconnect, to share, and to create new memories. As you move forward, honor both the past and the promise of tomorrow, allowing your heart to guide you towards the comfort and warmth of renewed companionship. Thank you for joining me on this journey. As we close this chapter, I invite you to take a quiet moment for reflection. If these words have touched your heart or sparked a memory, share them with someone who may need to hear this message. Let your voice be heard in the comments and spread the warmth of connection. Every experience, every friendship carries its own story, and by sharing your own, you contribute to a greater tapestry of understanding and hope. If you feel that these truths resonate with you, please pass them along. Share this message with a friend, a family member, or anyone who may be seeking a gentle reminder that change can also be the start of something new. Your engagement matters. Whether it is a like, a comment, or sharing this video, each gesture creates a ripple of connection in a world that sometimes feels lonely. I invite you to subscribe and join our community, a place where every shared story is a step towards building a brighter, more connected tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Your journey continues, and every moment is a chance to find new light in the echoes of the past.